Welcome back to the channel. 4 pounds ASMR. Thank you for joining me today. I hope everybody out there is having a wonderful day. Today we have 0 pairs of shoes, and what we are going to be tapping on is some of the starting lineups that people have been requesting over the last couple weeks. So, first up, we have, and I guess I could do this a couple times because there's a bunch. Today we're only going to be doing 2. First up, we have Derek Jeter. And anybody who's not familiar with these starting lineup collectibles, there's a bunch out there, all different sports. Some guys that you may have never heard of, some guys that most people have heard of. And, you could be like a member, you could send in kind of like for like magazines and things like that. And then on the back here, there's just a history of Jeter and a little bit of a storyline. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'll read a little bit so you guys have an idea of what it says. When baseball is mentioned, one can't help but think of the New York Yankees. They are an institution as revered and legendary as baseball itself, winning more World Series championships than any other team. Greats of the game, such as Babe Ruth, Joe DiMaggio, Lou Gehrig, Roger Maris, and Mickey Mantle, created the history that put the Yankees on parallel with perfection. At the dawn of the new century of baseball, the Bronx Bombers are in a position to take the Yankee legacy to new heights, thanks to a new crop of talent that the Yanks winning more games than any other lineup or team in franchise history. Enter the Yankees of the new millennium, led by the likes of Derek Jeter. So, if you're watching this today in 2026 or anytime after, you're like, yo, what? This came out in, where's the year? 2000. So, there's a lot of Yankee winning that, was more recent than nowadays. And, they didn't know what was going to happen, obviously. So, when it brings up a new crop of, like, young talent, and then they mention Derek Jeter, that's why, because this is 26 years old. And the figure itself, he is wearing red, so everyone's like, what? This is the American League All-Star jersey for that year. Section is plastic instead of just one section for one player. But yeah, so you can keep them in packaging like this. Obviously, you can see that this is yellowed over time. You could take them out of the packaging, set them all up together. I don't think they were very movable. his arms might go up and down like this much, but you can't really reposition. I feel like I'm blinding everybody watching this. You can't really reposition the figures that much. Alright, so that is Derek Jeter. The other one is football. Two football players of the LA Raiders, which, I mean, Oakland Raiders. Look at me. I'm thinking in today's terms. They're not even in LA. What am I talking about? I believe they're moving to Vegas. So this is when they were still in Oakland. Forgive my non-perfect football knowledge. I know way more about baseball than any other sport. But that being said, I don't really even know who these guys are. We have Ken Stambler. Now, anybody who's a real football fan is probably very upset with me right now. Ken Stambler and Dave Casper, both of the, at time, Oakland Raiders. And yeah, I don't really know much, like I said, about football players from, again, 1999 to 2000. I don't even know if these guys were playing in 1999 and 2000. They might have retired years before that, and, starting lineup just released the two of them together in the year 2000. I don't know. But what's interesting about this one is there's no back, story. There's the same thing that you can send away to become a member, but there's no, details or storyline about the two players. It just shows you other figures from the same series that you can collect. So, I can't even help you out and read a little bit about them because it's not there. What's interesting about this one is it's still clear versus Jeter, who is yellowing. I don't know why the camera keeps moving. Sometimes people like to see what's being tapped on. Meanwhile, again, the glare is blinding, so I'm gonna keep it down a little bit. Anyway, today we're looking to do two videos. The second one is, your classic sneaker collection video. And so I'm a little late to the party with that one. It is, orange and white Air Jordan 3, which would have gone well to celebrate the Knicks. I know Nike put up for a pre-order the white, orange, and blue 3s. I guess those are more tied to the Knicks, but I think white and orange works well too. Well, actually, we're gonna pause this video for 1 second because just looking next to me, you would think that this is a good Knicks shoe. Hold on 1 this is supposed to be a starting lineup video, and we'll get back to that, but sometimes you gotta do a little bit of plugging for yourself to get people interested in other videos. Starberries. I've had these for a while, so I did not just pick them up when the Knicks were in the finals. But if you're a sneaker collector and you're a basketball fan, you should know about the Starberries. Back to the starting lineups. See if there's like a price on these for what they went for at the time. It's probably right here, which is now gone. Yeah. Age appropriate from 4 to 104. Sorry for all those 3-year-olds out there. Also, equally as sorry for anybody who's 105. These aren't for you. Alright, so let's see, is this the same? This doesn't, oh yeah, down here. 4 to 104. So, that's basically going to wrap it up for our first starting lineup video. If anybody's interested in more, seeing the players that I have, they're really like family collections, obviously, from the football players. I don't even know who those two guys are, but I basically have them now. So let me know what you guys think. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I will see you on the next one.